Breaking news from Buckingham Palace. Prince Andrew has finally given up his royal titles. The Duke of York, once a celebrated war hero and second in line to the throne, is now a prince in name only. This is the final dramatic chapter in a scandal that has shaken the British monarchy to its very core. But how did we get here, and why is this happening now, in October 2025? Let's break it all down. Just this week, an official statement confirmed that Prince Andrew will stop using his titles Duke of York, Earl of Inverness, and Baron Killalleague. The announcement, made after discussions with his brother, King Charles III, cited the continued accusations against him as a distraction from the royal family's work. Andrew stated he was acting to put duty to family and country first. But let's be clear about what this really means. He hasn't been formally stripped of his titles. That would require a major act of Parliament. Instead, he has voluntarily agreed to stop using them in public. He is still technically a prince and remains in the line of succession. This is the final step, after he was forced to stop using his Royal Highness styling and step back from public duties way back in 2019. It's a carefully worded exit, but an exit nonetheless. So, how did a senior royal fall so fast? The answer lies in his long and disastrous friendship with the convicted sex offender Jeffrey Epstein and his associate Ghislaine Maxwell. For years, Prince Andrew was dogged by questions about this relationship. He was photographed with Epstein multiple times, even after Epstein's first conviction. He stayed at Epstein's private island and his New York mansion. The scandal exploded when Virginia Giuffre filed a high-profile civil lawsuit against him in the United States. She alleged that she was sex-trafficked by Epstein and Maxwell and forced to have sexual encounters with Prince Andrew 3 separate times, starting when she was just 17 years old. The allegations were shocking and detailed. In February 2022, Andrew settled the lawsuit out of court. The exact amount was never disclosed, but it's estimated to be in the millions of pounds. But in the settlement, he made no admission of guilt. However, he did issue a statement acknowledging that Ms. Giuffre was a victim of abuse and that he regretted his association with Epstein. For many, that was an admission in everything but name. The damage was done. But before the settlement, there was a moment that sealed his fate in the court of public opinion, the infamous BBC Newsnight interview in November 2019. This was Andrew's attempt to clear his name, to tell his side of the story. And it backfired spectacularly. The interview was a complete and utter disaster, a true car crash moment. His explanations were seen as arrogant, unbelievable, and completely lacking in empathy for Epstein's many victims who could forget the bizarre alibis he offered. He claimed he couldn't have been at a London nightclub with Virginia Giuffre on the night in question because he was at a Pizza Express in Woking with his daughter, Princess Beatrice. It became an instant international punchline. Then, To counter Giuffre's vivid description of him sweating profusely, he made the extraordinary claim that he had a medical condition, a result of his service in the Falklands War, that made it impossible for him to sweat. These excuses were widely ridiculed and cemented the public perception that he was not being truthful. The fallout was immediate. Just days later, the commercial and public pressure was so intense that he was forced to step back from public duties for the foreseeable future. That was the beginning of the end. So, after years of lying low, why is he giving up his titles now? The timing is no coincidence. This move is widely seen as the final act of King Charles III's long-promised plan for a slimmed-down monarchy. A modern, efficient institution has no room for a senior member engulfed in this level of scandal. Charles is protecting the brand, and Andrew was a liability that could no longer be tolerated. But there was also a ticking time bomb of new revelations that likely forced the king's hand. Recent reports uncovered a 2011 email from Andrew to Jeffrey Epstein, sent long after Andrew claimed he had cut all ties. In it, he allegedly wrote, "We are in this together," a damning phrase that suggests their connection was far from over. On top of that, there was renewed scrutiny over his links to other controversial figures, including an alleged Chinese spy. The final nail in the coffin, however, was the impending posthumous publication of a memoir by Virginia Giuffre. Tragically, Ms. Giuffre passed away earlier this year. In April 2025, her book promises to bring all the horrifying allegations back into the spotlight, and the royal family simply could not afford another round of that. They had to get ahead of the story and cut the cord for good. This marks the end of a royal career that began with so much promise. Prince Andrew was once a popular royal, a decorated naval helicopter pilot who served with distinction in the Falklands War. He was a war hero, second in line to the throne, and seen as a charming, dashing figure. Now, he is an outcast. This final move is an act of self-preservation for the monarchy. By pushing Andrew permanently out of public life and stripping him of his usable titles, King Charles is trying to draw a definitive line under the scandal. He is protecting the institution his mother served for 70 years. As for Prince Andrew, what's left? He is a prince in name only. He has no public role. His military affiliations were returned to the late Queen in 2022, and now he has no title to his name. He is living in a state of permanent royal exile. A cautionary tale of how privilege and poor judgment can lead to a monumental downfall. The House of Windsor has closed ranks, and the Duke of York has been left outside. Thank you for watching. It's a complex and ongoing story, and we'll be sure to keep you updated as it develops. If you found this video informative, please give it a like and subscribe to the channel for more deep dives into the stories that matter. See you next time.